20 interesting facts about ancient Greece that you may enjoy. Greece has a rich history that spans many centuries. It dominated much of the Mediterranean thousands of years ago. While some facts are now known to all, many other interesting facts about Greece have been forgotten over the years. If you enjoy learning about history, then these 20 fascinating facts about ancient Greece might just interest you. 1. In the year 507 BC, the Athenian leader Cleisthenes introduced a system of political reforms that he called demokratia, or rule by the people, from demos, the people, and kratos, the power. It was the first known democracy in the world. However, it lasted for only 185 years. 2. Ancient Greece condoned slavery. Slavery was an accepted practice in ancient Greece, as in other societies of the time. In fact, around 40% to 80% of Athens' population were slaves. Slaves in ancient Greece were treated like pieces of property. For Aristotle, they were a piece of property that breathes. They enjoyed different degrees of freedom and were treated kindly or cruelly depending on the personality of the owner. 3. Ancient Greeks did not call their land Greece. An interesting fact about ancient Greece is that its inhabitants did not call it Greece. The Greeks called their nation Hellas, or Hellata. Additionally, its official name was the Hellenic Republic. The ancient Romans came up with the word Greece, which was derived from the Latin word Graecia for land of the Greeks, Greci, and that is the name by which we know them. 4. Handshakes originated in ancient Greece. Handshakes are now a common custom all over the world. However, the concept originated way back in ancient Greece. Its earliest depiction is on an early 5th century BC archaeological relief. It essentially showcases Hera, the wife of Zeus and the goddess of marriage, shaking hands with Athena, the goddess of war in ancient Greek mythology. Significantly, a handshake in ancient Greece meant that the two parties were equals. Gods shook hands with gods, warriors shook hands between them, and athletes shook hands as a sign of acknowledging respect for their rivals. 5. Contrary to popular belief, ancient Greek statues were not always white. Once upon a time they were painted with vibrant colors, however, over time the colors faded to the monochrome we see today. Sculptures such as the one seen in the Parthenon frieze were once painted in a wide array of colors. 6. The ancient Greeks worshipped an unknown god. The ancient Greeks worshipped 12 major gods. However, in addition to those 12, they worshipped agnostos theos, which is unknown god. The title was essentially a placeholder for any or all gods unknown to them. The ancient Greeks had altars to unknown gods according to Pausanias, and there is evidence of worshipping gods as unknowns in Plato. 7. Another interesting fact in our list is that the term idiot originated in ancient Greece. In ancient Greece, an idiot was essentially a person who didn't participate in political or public arenas. 8. Another interesting fact in our list is that in ancient Greece, the unibrow was a sign of beauty and intelligence. In ancient Greece, the unibrow was considered a sign of great beauty and intelligence. In fact, women who didn't possess natural ones would draw them with makeup. 9. Peace before the games. The ancient Olympics is essentially a series of athletic games honoring Zeus. Due to its religious significance, the ancient Greeks decreed that no wars would be permitted before the games. Initially, they declared a ceasefire for 1 month but subsequently extended it to 3 months. Additionally, the territory of Elis disallowed all firearms, adding instructions that no spectator, athlete or theoroi, the official ambassadors representing the various city or states, should be harmed in any way. 10. The significance of red lipstick. Another interesting fact in our list is that in ancient Greece, prostitutes were recognized for their red lipstick. In fact, if they didn't wear red lipstick they were punished. Additionally, non-working women were discouraged from wearing lipstick. 11. The concept of the red carpet originated in ancient Greece. The first mention of the red carpet was in the 5th century BC play Agamemnon. The play essentially mentions a crimson path that could only be walked upon by the gods. 12. According to ancient Greeks, eating while lying down with others serving you is a sign of power and luxury. The elite usually practiced this custom. 13. Ancient Greeks added water to wine. And another interesting fact about ancient Greece is that it was considered barbarian to drink undiluted wine. One had to dilute the beverage with water. This was because only the god of wine, Dionysus, could drink undiluted wine and not get drunk. The ancient Greeks believed that if mortal men drank undiluted wine, they could become violent and lose their minds. To avoid this fate, they added water to wine in the ratio of 3:1. In fact, the ancient Greeks and Romans did not put water in their wine, but wine in their water. And, most of the times, the reason was to avoid the unpleasant smells of often stagnant water they drank. They would mix it with wine and, sometimes, with seawater. 14. Ancient Greeks used stones as toilet paper. Yes, you read that right. In ancient Greece, people often used stones, small ceramic discs, as the equivalent of modern toilet paper. 15. Ancient Greeks were highly superstitious. In fact, they held strange superstitions about food as well. Some wouldn't eat fava beans as they thought they contained the souls of the dead. A superstition shared by all Greeks is the evil eye, or mati. It is believed that someone can cast the evil eye onto another person. 16. Ostracism in ancient Greece. Another aspect of Athenian democracy was ostracism, ostracismos. Under ostracism, citizens could vote to exile a politician for 10 years. The voting took place once a year and citizens would nominate people who they felt threatened democracy. Additionally, this practice applied to common citizens as well. 17. The Spartans were great warriors, however it wasn't easy being one. Spartans' boys began, a state-sponsored training regimen at the age of 7 itself. The regimen is instrumental in transforming them into skilled soldiers. Additionally, the soldiers could not live with their families until they left their active military service at age 30. 18. Another interesting fact about ancient Greece is that slaves were traded for salt. That gave the rise to the common expression, "not worth his salt." 19. The revolutionary astronomical hypothesis was first proposed by an ancient Greek. Aristarchus of Samos was an ancient Greek mathematician and astronomer who first proposed the theory that the planets orbit the Sun. He also theorized that the stars are unmoving distant suns, further stating that the size of the universe is much bigger than his contemporaries believed. 20. State-induced infanticide. The last fact in our list of 20 interesting facts about ancient Greece is that all newborns in Sparta were shown to a council. These inspectors examined the babies for any physical defects. Subsequently, they abandoned the unfit ones on a nearby hillside. Fortunately, Spartan slaves, helots, managed to rescue some. Additionally, infants who passed the examination didn't have it easy either. For example, to test their constitution, Spartans bathed them in wine instead of water.